What is up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're unboxing the Advanced Suit 2.0 from the Marvel Spider-Man 2, made by Hot Toys. This suit, along with the Miles upgraded suit, were released as exclusive edition products, and this one is limited to 300 pieces in Hong Kong. On Sideshow, I guess it's probably around that number too. In addition to changes in the appearance of the suit, the most eye-catching thing of this Spidey are the brand new Venom symbiote and these giant spider pincers. And this one is also the fourth Spider-Man figure that has spider pincers. Firstly, let's talk about the packaging. It features the same design as the upgraded suit, with a lot of this Venom symbiote around the edges of the box and even on the inner cover. If you place the box alongside with Miles's, together they become the official image of the game. The inner box is divided into two layers. The upper layer contains the main figure, the web wings, and different hands. The lower layer contains the spider pincers, a figure stand, and parts that used to cover the back holes. Now let's check out the main figure. When compared to the 1.0 version, there are some differences in the upper body. Firstly, the 2.0 now has trapezius, and this area is now solid. The design is same as the classic suit. The 1.0's here is empty. The difference is quite noticeable when the arms are raised. However, in terms of appearance, among these three versions, 1.0 is the only one that doesn't have that bulky arms problem. The second difference is the muscle paddings. Suits like the 1.0, negative suit, and classic suit, which have relatively simpler suit designs, there are soft paddings in the chest and abs area to make the figure look more muscular. However, in the 2.0 version, the amount of padding is reduced. From a side view, the difference between these two is pretty obvious. Which appearance do you prefer? I think 1.0's chest muscle is a bit too big, 2.0's is a bit small, and the size of the classic suit is somewhere in between of these two, which I think has the best look. The third change is the muscle design on the shoulders. The 2.0's shoulders have a more rounded and straightforward appearance. The 1.0 suit shoulders are thickened, creating a more muscular appearance. Personally, I prefer the appearance of the 1.0 version in this aspect. Now let's take a look at the specific changes in the suit. In terms of texture, the most noticeable difference is the red area of the 1.0 version, including the head. The surfaces are very smooth. The suit has a leather-like texture. The 2.0 version now has these dot details added to the surface. When you touch it, it gives a more three-dimensional feel. If you have the classic suit, you can touch the head sculpt to get a sense of the texture, since this head just feels like the red areas on the 2.0 version's body. The blue colors in these two versions also look a bit different, probably because my 1.0's color is faded a little over these years. The 2.0's looks more blue. The head sculpt of the 2.0 version is newly made. You can tell the difference by comparing the spider web patterns on the face. The eyepieces for these three versions are not interchangeable, because the shapes are all slightly different. The black spider web patterns on the entire body of the 2.0 version is thicker and more three-dimensional compared to the 1.0's. The spider logo on the chest is entirely contained within the blue areas, while the 1.0 version, a portion of the spider legs extend onto the blue areas. The surface of the logo is well replicated with carbon fiber-like appearance, just like how it is in the game. On the rib and bicep areas, the 2.0 version no longer has these linear patterns. However, the pattern design around the belt area has become more complex, and there aren't many significant changes in the arms. On the legs, the biggest change of the 2.0 version is the elimination of the large red pattern on the outer side of the thighs. On the back, beside the 2.0 version now has 4 plugging holes, and the spider logo became slightly bigger, the look of these two versions are pretty similar. These 4 cover pieces are very similar to the ones from the integrated suit. This is what it looks like after installing them. I don't recommend plugging them too deeply because the holes are quite tight. If you push them too deep, it may be difficult for you to remove them later. The 2.0 shoes no longer have these separate parts on the heels and sides as the 1.0 version. Other changes are mainly in the color distribution. There are also noticeable changes in the design of the shoe bottoms. About the hands, all the white areas of the 2.0s are now connected together, and they have added these black lines on the surface. Using the web shooting hands and crawling hands as examples, the hands became bigger than the 1.0s, and the hand gestures have a different look too. The braces are now wider, but the design of the web shooters are simpler than the 1.0s. The figure itself is about 30 centimeters tall. It is about the same height as the Amazing Spider-Man, but a bit taller than Tom Holland and Miles Morales. About the accessories, we have a pair of hands for holding web strings, a pair of web shooting hands, a pair of open hands, a pair of relaxed hands, and a pair of crawling hands. Two hands that only came with the 1.0, one is this V-shaped hand, and one for holding the cell phone. For the small gadgets, we have this little spider drone. It looks more like a real spider comparing to the one from the 1.0 version. There are two small pieces that can be pulled out from the butt. To put them out, an easier way is using your fingertip to push the top part and then drag it out. It also came with a little stand that has a connected ball joint. This thing can be rotated 360. We also get one pair of additional eyepieces, and they are this half-closed looking ones. The web wings are much smaller than the ones from the integrated suit. They came in with this transparent white color, and on the surface there are these web patterns. These things are solid hard. You don't want these spikes to hit anything hard, they could break easily. To install them, there are magnets on the figure's body. All you gotta do is place the wings on the right spots, and that's it. Now let's take a look at the webs. The design of the webs is same as Miles's, featuring this brand new look. If you want a detailed breakdown of the webs, you can go check out the review video for Miles. The difference here is that Peter's comes with two black symbiote webs. To install the webs, you need to remove this palm, connect the plug to the palm with this hole, and then just put it back on. One really interesting accessory is this Venom symbiote. This can be attached to the figure's forearm. These two pieces at the lower side have flexibility. To install it, remove the hand and web shooter, and then just wear it onto the arm. When it is paired with the black webs, the figure looks super cool. From what I can tell, the symbiote accessories in the Tobey Maguire version black suit also seems to have a similar design. It looks very nice when it's used on other Spider-Mans too. And here, let's just simulate what the black suit Spider-Man will feel like. Next up are these highly anticipated giant spider legs. They are in a brand new look, and also look very different from the previous ones. These things are super long, which is about 46 centimeters. You can visually compare the length in the image. Which of the four designs is your personal favorite? All four spider legs are the same, featuring 5 gear joints. The bottom joint is a bit special, which folds in both directions. The other 4 joints only fold in one direction. For the folding angles for each joint, you can check out the numbers I put down. Legs of the Iron Spider from the movie have 4 joints, and the Iron Spider from the game has the most with 6 joints. And the bottom joint is for horizontal rotation. This is a design that none of the rest has. The surface of the spider legs is covered in these 3-dimensional patterns, and there are many blue decorations at the seam positions. The spikes on the top are made with translucent material. For installation, I recommend to use this rotating method. Because the sockets are quite tight, a straight push may be difficult. Once all 4 legs are attached, the size is ridiculous. Visually, it's definitely going to make you wow. Additionally, the legs from the other 2 Iron Spiders can also be attached onto this one. About the stand, there are 2 black symbiote effects on either side of the logo on the top. and the bottom part is in blue. The nameplate indicates Advanced Suit 2.0, and it came with a shippable tube and a clip. Finally, let's take a look at the articulation of the figure. The head can tilt up and down by about 30 degrees, with a slight lateral tilt and 360-degree rotation. The shoulders have gear joints, allowing for arms to be raised beyond 90 degrees. The upper arms have joints with about 30 degrees of rotation. The lower arms can bend up to 120 degrees. The waist have gear joints, allowing for forward and backward tilting at around 45 degrees, and side rotating about 45 degrees as well. The 1.0 version does not have gear joints in the waist. The body will bounce a little. The leg articulation allows for lateral kicks of about 70 degrees, and both front and back kicks reach around 45 degrees. The thighs have rotational joints, and the lower legs can bend approximately 120 degrees. The ankle articulation is pretty good, with the ability to extend and raise the foot. There is a significant range of inward tilting, while outward tilting is a bit limited. And the front of the foot also has an independent joint. Overall, I think this Spidey is beyond average among all the PlayStation Spider-Mans. The new Spider Legs and Venom symbiote definitely made this figure even more fun to play on hand and display in your collection. But considering the limited amount, it will be difficult for most of the collectors to get one. Alright, there you have it, the Advanced Suit 2.0 Spider-Man by Hot Toys. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.